Annyeonghaseyo. Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday and it's day 19. I skipped day 18, but I'll tell you what I did on day 18. So it was a busy day. Day 18 was Friday. I had 4 classes and then my final class was canceled because of sports day. The kids are practicing and you need to see them practice. It's adorable. They're doing a song and dance thing to Gangnam Style, which is hilarious, amazing. Hopefully on sports day I'll get to record it. The sports day is supposed to be on Tuesday, but because there's a typhoon apparently coming on Monday, they may not have it, they may postpone it, so I'll keep you posted. And then afterwards, we sort of had a really cool night. We went to Banpo Bridge, I'll put it right here for you, and there was apparently every half an hour they have like a light and water show, and it was beautiful. Like they have all these sort of fountains and coming off of the bridge, and the water comes down and they light it with different colors, and it was very cute. I went with a bunch of girlfriends and we had so much fun watching it. It was very romantic, and you're right on the water, so it's beautiful. And then what's cool about it too is that they do it every half hour, so if you miss one you can do it again and it's no big deal. I'll put a picture of it here. We're here at Banpo Bridge, and there's a light show and a water show. Okay, so I hope you thought that was pretty because it really is beautiful. And then afterwards, we went to a nightclub in Gangnam. So Gangnam, you all know Gangnam Style, I'm 100% positive. It comes from the district in Seoul. So the district in Seoul, I don't have the Seoul map, but it's right below the river, and it's a really affluent area. And the clubs are cool. It kind of reminds me of Hongdae. It's just a lot more, a lot of different clubs, not quite as many like hip-hop clubs that I've seen in Hongdae. We went to a club, it was called Noise Basement, and it was really fun. It was actually, as opposed to what I've noticed about Korean clubs, and I'll definitely do a video on like all the clubs that I've been to, but is that they tend to just be a lot of people like standing there, like, you know, a lot of that, not a lot of movement. But this one had a lot of movement, I think. I can insert a little video clip here. As you can see, there was a lot of people. It was very loud. It was fun, and I think it was a cool club. The music was fun. It was a mix of like hip hop and K-pop. So there was, they played Gangnam Style. So I got to dance to Gangnam Style in Gangnam. I was excited, and we stayed there for a pretty long time. Now, I would say the most difficult thing about going to clubs in Korea is getting a taxi afterwards. So this is what they don't tell you about taxis in Korea. So regular everyday taxis, really, really cheap. For me to go to work, and if I take buses, it usually takes me 40 minutes, and it is cheaper. I think it's like, I don't know, 2,000 won maybe for the bus, but because I do transfers. But if I take a taxi, it's usually like about $4.50 equivalent in Korean, and in the won. So it's really, really cheap compared to New York prices for taxis. But so like say to get to school around 5,000 won, right? When last night we came back from Gangnam to Shincheon where I live, and I split taxi fare with my friends, and it was still 40,000 won for all 3 of us to take the taxi back to stay at my place. And so I mean, they kind of basically they may not go to wherever you're going. They may decide like, oh, I'm not going to go there. So you'll have a line of taxis, but none of them will be going to your area. And then secondly, they can name their price. So they sort of say like 40,000 won, and we're like, no. And then like 30,000, and we're like, okay, or whatever it was. I mean, they name their own price, so it's really difficult because you have to remember to bring enough money for that kind of taxi fare. Because normally, you know, if you bring man won, which is like 10,000 won, you could get anywhere really with a taxi. But at night, you really need to make sure you bring extra money. Also, clubs in Gangnam you have to pay for. So it was 20,000 won to get into the club. And we were there for a long time, so it was worth it, whatever. You get a free drink thing, but I don't drink, so no problem there. But if you, yeah, I mean, they're nicer clubs than in Hongdae, but in Hongdae you don't have to pay. And usually girls get in free, most clubs I've ever been to. So it was kind of weird to have to pay, but I mean, there was a ton of people there, so clearly everyone paid. And it's not a problem. Now, there are other clubs in the area that we didn't go to yet because we just started exploring. I would say the biggest hassle with going to Gangnam, though, is the taxi situation, because you could wait for like a couple of hours if you can't get a taxi driver that'll take you where you live and you're walking around. So that's definitely the difficult, like hard part about clubbing if you're not near where you live. In Hongdae, I can walk home. It's very, very close to where I live. So it's sort of the give and take between those clubs. So yeah, so it was a really fun night though. The club was awesome. As you can see from the video, it was really like a lot of energy and people were dancing and a lot more so than other places we've been. We also went to like a regular just like sort of pub bar, and they're called Ho Bar here, like H-O, so it's not what we think ho means, right? But they're kind of cool. They're a little more low-key, and the way they sort of work is that you sort of get a table. And usually you have to spend more at these places. So you have to sort of spend the money on a table, either you get bottle service or something like that, or you just get like, you get food with your alcohol in Korea. So it's just sort of a different experience than the clubs. I think I tend to prefer to dance than just sitting and eating, so when there's loud music. But I have noticed that they can have really loud house music on, like they can have K-pop, they can have hip-hop, and no one will be dancing. They'll all be just sitting in their seat. So you can't hear the people around you, but they're all just sitting there. So that's like really interesting to me because I'm just used to, like, if I hear music, I want to dance. So this is a little bit of a discussion of clubs in Korea, but I'll give you a longer one, guys, if you want to know about clubs and like where that we go. And we've only been to about 5 or 6 clubs so far, and we've only been here for a month. So my friends like to dance, so we've gone to a bunch. But so that was a busy weekend today. I'm actually going to a party with Corvia. So you guys know that I went through Corvia Consulting to become a teacher here, and I'm going to a birthday party of some teachers that have been here for a few years. So I'm excited to get to meet them and get to meet some of my consultants, so that'll be fun. A little more low-key than last night, I'm sure, and it's really close to my house. So again, I can walk home late. I don't have to worry about the subway situation, the taxi situation. So yeah, and that's the thing, because subways end early here. So subways stop running at like midnight, which if you guys are from New York, you know that you can get subways later. It's more dangerous, of course, in New York to be taking subways alone. You know, if you want to take it alone, you take it with your friends too, but so those are the big differences I'd say at the moment, but I had a lot of fun, and this is a long video. So if you guys have questions or if there's anything that you want to know about Korea or my experiences, leave them in the comments and I'll start making videos about like requests. So the one that I plan on doing sometime this week is a subway tutorial video, how to get on subways, like what to look for. So I'll do that one. If you guys like that idea, just put the like it down here, say something that you want to see a subway video. If you want to see about anything that you're curious about, just let me know, and I'll start making a list of videos that you guys want me to make. So, thanks guys, bye!